All right, today we're going to dive into the topic of backlinks for therapists. Specifically, how do you get more backlinks so that you can improve your SEO and show up on page one of Google for searches like therapist near me? If you don't know what a backlink is, a little quick background is that a backlink is when somebody links from their website to yours. It's like a vote of confidence in Google's eyes. It tells Google, hey, this website is important enough for me to link to. And the more popular the website is, the more important the backlink is. So if you get a backlink from another therapist website that's just getting started, it's a little bit important because it's a related website. But if you get a backlink from, Huffington Post or Forbes or, some high value, high popularity website, Google looks at that with a lot more priority and a lot more importance. So the key is to get a mix of these things, to get a mix of websites at every single stage of their journey linking to yours. Because here's the reality. You've got mega websites like Psychology Today, like Good Therapy, like ZocDoc, like Alma, like Talkspace, and they've got million dollar marketing budgets, and they've got hundreds of thousands of backlinks. So a lot of times therapists are like, why am I even going to bother, Greg? That's me, by the way. I'm Greg Goodman. I'm a therapist marketing expert, a web designer. I've been helping therapists get a steady stream of clients, build their practices, fill their practices with clients they love for 18 years, well, since 2006. And so to get back to this, a lot of therapists come to me and I say like, oh, we got to build up your backlink profile. And they say, why? Why? I can never compete. So in this video, I'm going to teach you 9 ways to build up your backlinks. But before I do that, I want to take a quick little look at Google because we're going to see how you actually can compete. So right here, I'm going to search Google for therapist near me, right? Classic search. I'm here in Santa Cruz, California. It showed, first of all, it looks like they had about 3 billion results. But first we see, okay, we're going to ignore the ads, but great, here's a local thing showing you that Google ads are a great way to get on page 1 with 0 SEO. But let's go down and look. Listing 1, no surprise, Psychology Today. Why? I've got this little, this data chart here, and if you look at this, RD referring domains, that's the total number of websites that link to Psychology Today, and they have 387,000 websites. And referring pages means how many individual pages link to them, and that number is 5.1 million, right? Because if you think about it, Psychology Today had the most brilliant backlink strategy ever. You ready for it? They gave you the Psychology Today badge and told you to put it on the footer of your website so that you could show people that you were a trustworthy, reputable therapy practice owner. And what did that do? Maybe that showed people that you were a trustworthy, reputable therapy practice owner, but more than anything, it gave Psychology Today 5.1 million web pages pointing back to it. No wonder it shows up on page 1. The other number to consider is this number right here, the domain rating. So there's a lot of different ways, different SEO websites have different ways of ranking websites, but they're all ranked on a 1 to 100 importance scale. So that's their authority. That's how much credibility they have in the eyes of Google, right? So Psychology Today has a 92 DR. So getting a link from Psychology Today is a great endorsement. But the problem is there's 2 different kinds of links. And I know I'm kind of jumping a little bit, but you've got follow links and no follow links. Follow links are what you want. Follow links, Google looks at, and it's me saying, please look at this website. No follow links are me telling Google, well, I linked to this website, but I'm not really vouching for it, so don't really pay attention to this link. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, if you didn't know this, the links that you have on your Psychology Today profile are no follow links. So even though you got a nice 92 DR linking to you, it counts for nothing. Anyway, moving on, the whole purpose that I have Google open, right? Find therapists and psychologists in Santa Cruz, Psychology Today, again. So here, this is another reason to focus on search engine optimization. Here we have 3 local places that are close to my house. Then Yelp, Then Good Therapy, Yelp, DR95, 1.1 million referring domains. Good Therapy, 38,000 referring domains. Find a Therapist, that one only has 1.3 thousand referring domains, and it's a DR of 50. Then you've got Psychology Today again. Then you've got Mental Health Match, which has 3.3 thousand referring domains, a DR of 74. ZocDoc, DR of 78. But then look here. What do we have here? We have the Collaborative Counseling Center of Scotts Valley that has a DR of 2 and 25 referring domains. And what's number 10? I'm going to scroll down. 10 is Good Therapy, 11, right? But this shows me, and this is why I don't want you to give up hope. With a little bit of work, it definitely took work to get 25 referring domains for this website, but it didn't, 25 is totally doable. So I mention all of that because I'm going to share a little bit more about this at the end of the video. I have created something called the Thriving Therapist Backlink Network. And we are a community, a collective of therapists around the country who are dedicated to A, getting on page 1 of Google, and B, to helping support fellow therapists, right? To helping other therapists to compete against the behemoths, right? To be David against Goliath, to help your practice get on page 1 of Google. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but it's free to sign up, right? So you're getting free backlinks with basically no work. But before I dive into the exact details of how the program works and all of that, I'm going to share with you 9 ways other than the Thriving Therapist Backlink Network that you can get backlinks. So we've got guest posting, writing content and hoping people link to it, buying backlinks, working with reporters, connecting with local colleges, universities, organizations, going on podcasts, helping people fix their broken links, doing ABC link exchanges, and building more websites yourself. So the last one is kind of a joke, but like some people do have multiple websites. And if you have multiple websites, you definitely want those 2 websites linking to each other. Now, let's dive in. Number 1, guest posting. So you just basically want to Google, insert your niche, anxiety therapy blogs, anxiety therapy websites, anxiety blogs that accept guest posts, anxiety blog guest post guidelines, right? So I've got an entire list of what these are and how you can use them on my website. And if you're looking at this on my webpage, keep scrolling down or up, depending on where you are on the website. Or there's a link to it below in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube or Vimeo or any of my other channels. So once you find a website, you basically send them an email and you say, hey, my name's Dr. Goodman, and I've got a therapist website, or I would like to contribute some content to you. Like, be honest. I'm a therapist, and I'm looking to get myself out there. I'm looking to help more people, and I'm hoping to get a backlink so that I can do well in SEO. I really believe that, I don't know if you're like me, but I get so many spammy requests every single day for people who want to, sell me something or pitch me something, that I just believe in authenticity. So if you can just authentically tell them why you want this guest post, I feel like you have a better chance, and therapists will understand that. So that's guest posting. The next option is to write content and hope that people will link back to you. Because if you're writing really quality content on your blog, right, people are just going to find it. Like, I know it's a little bit of the if you build it, they will come field of dreams analogy, because it is tough to get your content found until you start getting backlinks to your content. But you can't get people finding your website to give you backlinks until you get more backlinks. Chicken or the egg, right? Which is it? But consistently writing good, high-quality content that addresses readers' questions and solves their problems is a great way to get backlinks on a somewhat unreliable basis. If you want reliability, you can buy backlinks, and you're going to pay between $500 to $5,000. You might pay $50 to $500 for a backlink. And if you're buying backlinks, which it's questionable whether you should or not, because Google doesn't love you buying backlinks. It actually goes directly against their policies. And at the same time, everybody does it, right? Like everybody does it as a way to grow their business, but it's expensive. You can't guarantee the quality of the website that you're buying your backlink from, even if you do your proper research. And a lot of websites that sell backlinks, even if they have high DRs, high ratings, they're run by shady, unscrupulous people, and they just might disappear because they violate Google's policy by selling backlinks. So take that with a grain of salt. Next is Haro, Help a Reporter Out. So this is a website that basically every single day you sign up for, you get 3 emails, and it's from reporters who are looking for story help. So, right, you might have a reporter who's writing a story about the rise of anxiety in preteens in California. You're like, hey, I'm an anxiety therapist in California, so here are my thoughts on it. And it's a gamble because they're probably getting dozens, if not hundreds of pitches about this article. But basically you make your case, you tell them your credentials, you give them everything that they need, and you hope that they're going to give you a backlink by including your website, by including your ideas, your expertise in their post, in their article. So I've seen some therapists have amazing results with Haro. And I have seen some therapists who spend tons of time sending pitches and never get any traction. But along those lines, if you do have a much larger budget, there are companies out there who specialize in press. Right? You're looking at like $2,000, $3,000 a month for someone to actively go out there to get you 4 to 5 top level, DR80, DR90 media placements. And I work with one therapist that's just a psychiatry practice here in the in the San Francisco Bay Area. And he's been doing this for a few years, and he's got a DR50 therapist website, which is amazing for a local therapy or psychiatry practice. So, moving on, connecting with colleges, universities, health centers, local religious organizations, right? Offer to put on workshops and seminars. And when you do, they're going to list it on their website, and they're going to point back to you. One reason I really love colleges and universities is because if you can get a link from a website that ends in .edu or .org, that is like Google Gold. Google, I like that. Google, it's fun to say Google Gold. Say it with me, Google Gold. So don't mind me. I entertain myself endlessly. So basically, the idea is to reach out, to form an authentic connection, to be like, hey, I'm a local therapist. I'd love to help to improve the mental health of your college students, of your student body. I'd love to put on this event. And then the idea is that they write a page, they write a summary of it when they send it out to college, and it just lives on that website forever with a high quality, high DR, high authority link to your website. Next, podcasts. Similar in concept, because when you do a podcast with someone, odds are they're going to create a dedicated page on their website to promote your podcast episode. That page will have a link to your website, and because that page is all about you, the interview with you, Google's like, oh wow, not only does this person have a link on a website, they have an entire page on a website, which Google likes even more. Plus, as an added bonus, they're probably going to share their podcast on YouTube, on Vimeo, on Spotify, on Apple, on all of these things. And even though a lot of these are not follow links, they're no follow links, as we talked about earlier, they still do help for a balanced SEO backlink portfolio. And I have a podcast. I do an interview series with therapists and other business folks who whatever it is that you'd like to share, I would love for you to share it, and I'd love to give you an entire page on my website about the podcast. So that's a link from I think I'm like a DR54 right now at the time of recording this. So that's a great backlink for you. What else? Going down my list. Okay, broken links. There are paid SEO tools out there. There's one called SEMrush, and you can actually look at websites that have broken links. And then you email them. You're like, so you would look for like a medical related website or an anxiety blog that has a broken link to an article about anxiety. And then you email them and you say, hey, I noticed that you had this awesome article and you're linking to this resource, but the resource is broken. Can I offer you on a silver platter my article that says amazing things? And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for giving me this information. I would love to update my link with your article. That's the best case scenario. Does that always happen? Definitely not. It's a lot of work. That type of thing, you might be best having like a VA do or something like that. Then the final thing are ABC link exchanges, right? So here's something to understand about Google. You and I have websites. Hey, should we trade links? Cool. Here's my link. All right, now you link to my website. So Google looks at that and is like, I see what you're doing here. I see you. I'm on to you. And you're still going to get credit. You're still going to get link juice for that link, but it tarnishes it a little bit in Google's eyes. And Google also understands that a lot of websites link to each other. So it's not like it invalidates the entire concept of it. But the better way to do it is something called ABC link exchanges. So you find 3 people who have a website, right? So maybe you have 2 colleagues out there and you say, okay, I'm website A, I'm going to link to website B is going to link to website C is going to link to website A. And nobody's directly linking to each other. Now, especially when you're getting started and you're growing your practice and you only have a handful of links, this is definitely beneficial for you. Again, because you want Google to give maximum importance to all of your links. So to recap, you've got guest posting, writing content and getting organic backlinks, buying backlinks, help a reporter out, connecting with colleges, universities, local organizations, going on podcasts, emailing people about their broken links, and doing ABC link exchanges. And finally, as I mentioned earlier, please, you are invited to join the Thriving Therapist Backlink Network. If you haven't been convinced already, I'm curious what it would take you. Let's reach out and have a chat. But basically, you sign up and you get free backlinks to your website. They're ABC backlinks. We definitely have a handful of websites that are DR50 plus in there that you're going to get backlinks from. And it's just a great way to support your fellow therapists, a great way to make the world a better place, and a great way to get on page 1 of Google, boost your SEO with the absolute most minimal work possible. So go to goodmancreatives.com to learn more about that. If you're on my website already, click the little button below. There's a bunch of them on this website. Just click it, says join now. It's going to take you to the contact form. If you're on YouTube or Vimeo, there's a direct link to sign up below. I hope you found this useful. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to ask me anything and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. I'm celebrating your success already.